believed we would have a big, big red wave. And given the disaster that is the Biden policies, given skyrocketing inflation, out of control crime, chaos at our southern border, given everything that was going wrong, given that 2/3 of Americans believe we're on the wrong track, this should have been a tsunami, a tidal wave election. We should have won the Senate back, and we should have won the House of Representatives a big, big majority. And listen, in 2022, I spent over a month on the road campaigning for other candidates, not myself, campaigning for Senate candidates, campaigning for dozens of House candidates all over the country. And we had a disappointing election. I'm frustrated. There are a number of reasons behind it. One of the reasons is some of the candidates that we nominated were not the best choices. And I engaged early in a number of primaries trying to help the strongest conservative who can win get nominated. In some instances that worked, in other instances that didn't work, and we ended up with less effective candidates. That mattered. Beyond that, though, I believe the way Republicans win elections is by standing and fighting, by painting a bold image. And I think Republicans in Congress were too willing to roll over to Joe Biden and the Democrats. Too often we had Republicans in Congress who were teaming up with the Democrats to pass the Biden agenda. Now, I was leading the fight against that. I was doing everything I could to convince my colleagues we don't win elections when we don't give a clear contrast, when we don't stand for principle, when we don't do what we said we would do. But yet Republican leadership too often didn't want to engage in the fight. And I think that discouraged people from showing up. I think if you look at the 2022 election, it was a combination of two things. Number one, our people didn't show up. And number two, the other side, they turned out their base. That was a problem. What do we do to fix it? Well, for 2024, we can't have another disappointing election. We have got to win, take the Senate back, take the White House back, grow our majority in the House in 2024. And that means, number one, we need to nominate the right candidates, strong, principled conservatives who can win. And I am going to be active across the country supporting strong, principled conservatives who can win so we take back the Senate and so we grow our majority in the House. That's how we win. But number two, we win by giving people a reason to vote. It's why repealing the military vaccine mandate was such an important victory. It's why fighting to defund the 87,000 new IRS agents is such an important fight. It's why the leadership fight in the House of Representatives was so important, because the concessions that Republican leadership made make it much less likely that we will see House Republicans giving in to the Democrat agenda. What we need to do is infuse a backbone in congressional Republicans, and that's a path to victory. And so your support, your generous support, is pivotal to making that happen. Look, it's not going to come from the Washington lobbyists. It's not going to come from the corrupt corporate media. It will only come from the conservative grassroots. It will only come from you. And your generosity, your voice, your leadership is what enables us to change the path we're on.
Thank you so much, Senator Cruz, for your time